Based on the analysis of the economic environment, our presentation will briefly guide you through the launch of our new brand into its new marketplace. The Australian product chosen to enter a foreign market is Bundaberg Rum, launching its first barrel of rum in 1888 and now has 125 years later gained recognition as Australia's best-selling rum and #1 spirit brand, holding approximately 90% of the rum market. Bundy Rum is yet to enter the US market, and research has shown that there is great potential to market the Australian spirit there. Currently, there is much excitement and confidence around the category, with many believing it has the foundations for an explosive future.
It is well known that America is a global market force with a strong economic standpoint. In 2012, the average GDP per capita was an estimated $49,965, and the total GDP of the total economy was $15.68 trillion. The median disposable income in the US in 2011 was estimated at $27,915, which is quite a sizable amount to be able to spend. The disposable income is the income remaining after deduction of taxes and other mandatory charges, so basically what's left once you've paid all your bills, available to be spent or saved as one wishes. This would give us an estimate as to the purchasing power of the average consumer. The US alcohol industry is expected to contribute $400 billion in economic activity every year, $120 billion of which comes directly from distilled spirits. Total revenues from distilled spirits were $15.5 billion in 2010. This is the figure that went back to the distillers. The rest of the revenue is spent on marketing, supply chain, and management and production, etc. Markets such as California are very concentrated. California has 38 million inhabitants in a place that's only about half the size of New South Wales. And California also has a higher than average disposable income, which also makes it a great market to enter into. The expected alcoholic beverage revenue or economic activity in California alone is estimated to be $14.57 billion a year.
The whole range of Bundaberg rum is not going to be put on the shelf, as it's not a sustainable decision for a newly entered market. Therefore, the most attractive product lines and extensions have been chosen to match the market's needs and wants, consisting of Original Spiced, Bundaberg Original, Bundaberg and the Bundaberg 5, which is a white rum, and the Curiosity 5. Bundaberg rum has been around for 125 years and is still seen to be within its growth stage, as it still holds approximately 90% of the rum market in Australia. However, being a main competitor in the market for so long, it could also be seen in its maturity stage, where sales are stabilised. However, in the US market, it would be in its first stage, the introduction stage, as Bundaberg rum has not yet entered the US market.
The following profile is of the potential US target market. In terms of demographic characteristics, the key segmentation are males aged 21 to 30 and 30 plus, as they account for the second largest volume share in the market. Geographic variables include specific states, namely those that live in Nevada and California, as they have been identified as regions that have a high alcohol consumption rate. As illustrated in the table, key psychographic variables include the segments liking for sports, being social, and of course enjoying the taste of rum. Lastly, behavioural variables such as volume usage refers to the amount of alcohol any one individual would consume and how regularly. Occasion refers to what they are buying for, whether it be a quiet drink at home, a night out with friends, or a gift. Factors such as these may impact how much a person is willing to spend. In addition, the price sensitivity variable has been considered, as it greatly affects consumers' buying ability and willingness to spend. As a growth opportunity has been identified, positioning will assist in successfully marketing the brand in the hopes of making it a first-choice beverage in the mind of consumers. Currently, in Australia, the Bundaberg Rum brand is positioned in the mind of target consumers as a drink that highlights its Australian heritage, making tribute to its authenticity, quality and craftsmanship, and clever Australian larrikin humour. In order to establish this connection with consumers in the US, a uniform strategy will be employed to include the current positioning theme utilised by Bundaberg Rum, as it falls in line with current American consumer view that reveals today's society is predominantly looking for brands that have a history, provenance, heritage and an authenticity behind them.
The key objectives that the Bundaberg Rum Company seeks to achieve within its first year of the launch include to increase brand awareness among the target audience by 60% in the first year, to effectively secure a market share of 8% in the first 3 months with an upward growth rate to 15% in the first 12 months, to achieve a sales target of 14% within 6 months of the product's launch, to achieve at least 10,000 Bundy community members from the American market in its first year, to achieve at least 10,000 unique website impressions in the first year, and to establish Bundaberg Rum into the US market as a quality export appealing to the middle to the higher class market.
Pricing is one of the main aspects of the marketing mix and requires careful consideration for the Bundaberg Rum products to successfully enter the US market. Among these considerations of strategic pricing are the 4 C's, including the company's costs and goals, customer profile, competition nature and pricing, and the channels of distribution. Another major factor to strategic pricing is to compare the competition on the market as outlined in the table. From the research conducted, no competitors were found with similar products to the rum, cans, or to the Curiosity collection, allowing those lines to operate as a monopoly, enabling the prices to be set high to maximize profits. Further research by the liquor industry in 2011 found that liquor sales increased by 4% in America, with a sales boost on quality brands, indicating a market growth, a sign of customer confidence and affordability. Thus, Bundaberg Rum products can justifiably use a penetration strategy to enter the US market, starting at a 60% markup, entering into the mid-high price range, and increasing to an 80% markup over a 2-year period. To maintain this selling price, production, packaging, transport, and distribution expenses will use the most efficient channels to deliver the goods. From this information, the selling cost can be calculated as shown in the table. As these prices are seen as a fair price by the US market, and with a high demand for rum in Nevada and California, this strategy allows the business to obtain an initial market share and demand for the product, whilst promoting an image of Bundaberg Rum as a quality exported liquor. However, prices are a delicate operation, and too high of a price could deter customers, whereas too low and the product could be seen as cheap, thus requiring the Bundaberg Rum exports to have a strong marketing campaign to obtain a market share. Risk management is a crucial factor, and changes in the economic position, such as export and alcohol laws, government tax, inflation, tariffs, and exchange rates need to be identified and adjusted accordingly for the business's success.
As one can see, with entering the US market, there are many elements to consider and overcome. However, with the booming trend in the rum market, there is sure to be a place on the shelf for the little Australian Bundaberg rum.